Before the internet remembered everything, one promise was forgotten. Before screenshots. Before timestamps. Before love could be proved with a message history. There was a man so rich that entire cities bent around his name. And one woman who disappeared from his life without leaving a single digital trace. They say money never forgets. But this story is about the one thing wealth couldn't save: time. Welcome to Tales by Fire. If you love stories that keep the fire burning, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so the flame of our tales never dies. Now, let the flames guide you, for tonight, a story begins. In the early 1990s, the city still breathed like a living thing. Newspapers slapped against pavements at dawn. Payphones rang endlessly. Office windows glowed late into the night with people chasing futures they could barely name. This was the city before memory became digital. And in a cramped rented office above a printing shop, Gabriel Kingsley worked every night with his sleeves rolled up, surrounded by notebooks, circuit diagrams, and cold cups of coffee. He wasn't famous. He wasn't wealthy. He was invisible. But his mind was loud. Gabriel believed information should move faster than people. That ideas shouldn't wait days, or weeks, or meetings. That the world was about to change, and most people couldn't see it yet. Most people, except Amina. She noticed him because he never looked up when she passed his window. Amina worked across the street in a small publishing house. Ink-stained fingers, stacks of manuscripts, modest dresses, and a calm confidence that came from patience. One rainy afternoon, their worlds collided. A power outage shut down the entire block. Elevators froze. Phones went dead. Gabriel stumbled into the publishing house, frustrated, soaked, and angry at the delay. Amina handed him a towel. "No machines," she said gently. "Sometimes the city just wants us to wait." He laughed, short, sharp, unfamiliar with waiting. That was how it began. Their relationship grew slowly. Because everything did back then. They talked in person. They argued face to face. They learned each other without shortcuts. Gabriel talked about the future. Amina talked about meaning. She believed stories shaped civilizations. He believed systems reshaped behavior. They met on lunch breaks. On quiet evenings. On a bridge that overlooked the city's pulse. One night, standing beneath flickering streetlights, Gabriel confessed his fear. "If I succeed," he said, "I might lose myself." Amina held his hand. "Then come back," she said. "Success doesn't scare me. Forgetting does." That night, he made a promise. "I'll build it," Gabriel said. "And when I do, I'll return for you." "No emails," Amina replied. "No calls. No excuses." She smiled. "Just come back." The world didn't wait. Gabriel's idea caught fire. Investors who once laughed began calling. Offices multiplied. Deals stacked up. Time sped forward. Paper turned to screens. Letters turned to emails. Patience turned into pressure. Gabriel postponed his return. Just one more meeting. One more quarter. One more milestone. Then years passed. Amina wrote letters. Careful handwriting. Measured hope. Some were lost. Some were never delivered. Some arrived too late. She waited anyway. The internet arrived like a storm. Everything became instant. Nothing stayed sacred. Gabriel became a billionaire before his 40th birthday. They called him a pioneer. A visionary. A legend. But legends don't go home. The bridge remained. The publishing house closed. Amina grew older. Still waiting. 30 years later, Gabriel Kingsley was preparing for retirement. Awards lined the walls. Screens tracked global markets. Then an assistant placed an envelope on his desk. Paper. Handwritten. No return email. Inside. "I don't know if promises expire. But I kept mine." If you ever remember, I'm still here. Amina. The date, 1997. Gabriel's hands trembled. For the first time in decades, the noise stopped. He shut everything down. No press. No cameras. No announcements. He returned to the old city. To the bridge. To the memories. To the woman time had protected with patience. He found her in a small library. Still surrounded by stories. Still waiting. You're late, Amina said. I know. They sat in silence. Some love doesn't need explanations. Only presence. A week later, the world was shocked. Gabriel Kingsley gave away most of his fortune. Not to tech. Not to startups. But to libraries, schools, handwritten education, and slow learning spaces. When asked why, his final statement read, "The internet taught us speed. But love was meant to teach us patience. I forgot that once. I won't forget again." Months later, when Gabriel passed away, there was no digital memorial. Only a small plaque in a quiet library. It read, "He came back." And somewhere between the shelves, a promise finally rested.